Hello and welcome to another Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2 character breakdown video. And in today's episode we're going to be covering the one, the only, the red demon god himself, Dabura. Or Dabura, or Dabura, I don't know how you pronounce his name, like, however you want to say it. It's D-A-B-U-R-A, there we go, Dabura. And you might be wondering, who the hell is Dabura, and why is he so red? And I'm going to ask you, like, what does it matter if he's red? Like, is that your first focus on him? Are you judging him based on his skin color? That's not right. I mean, he may be the villain, but I don't think even he's racist. I think. Do not quote me on that. Okay, so enough awkward jokes aside, I'm going to explain what Dabura is. He's basically the guy who ruled the demon realm. That's why he's called Demon King Dabura. I said Demon God, but that's heroes, so ignore me. He was basically a king of Skyrim, I mean, the demon realm, and the ballsack guy, you know, Babidi, he just came out of nowhere and he was like, "You're mine now." Like, my mum literally stole an entire king from a kingdom and said, "I need you." And eventually Dabura was like, "Okay, fine, I guess I'll get mind controlled and serve Babidi. Okay, whatever." And he joined Babidi as his right-hand man on a quest to suck everyone up in order to bring back Fat Man. Dabura kinda just beats a bunch of people up. He beats up Gohan, he spits on Krillin and Piccolo, I guess. And then Boo just kinda kills him. Like, I'm sorry that these, like, character explanations are just like, he does a cool thing and then he dies, but, like, if you really sum it up that way, it kind of just is how it goes down with most of these characters in this game. He gets turned into a cookie that everyone loves, and the Fat Man eats him, and that is the end of Dabura. Except for the fact that he goes to heaven, you know, Demon King Dabura goes to heaven. I mean, good for him, I guess, as long as he gets a new start. I mean, sure. So you might be wondering, how does Dabura play in Raging Blast 2? And if I'm being completely honest, at an initial glance at his moveset, he plays very interestingly. He has a few unblockables, he has a very fun little moveset. He is one of the more fun combo-oriented characters I've covered so far. So if you're interested in seeing why that is, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and as always, keep up with my latest uploads. Without further ado, let's dive into what makes Dabura special by covering his super attacks initially. And there's quite a few to go, so buckle up. Alright, let's begin with Evil Flame. It's a short/medium range limited projectile thing that does 3 hits worth of damage. I don't really know what to say about this one, it's kind of just there. It's blockable, it can stop super attacks, it cannot stop ultimate attacks, except for like rush ultimate attacks, but that goes for most projectiles, honestly. So yeah, just, you know, short range attack, I guess that's cool, if, you know, that's your thing, but overall it's just kind of eh. Moving on. Full power energy wave volley. I know I sound bored, but I've covered these moves very frequently, so I'll just cut it down to the basics. It's blockable, it can be absorbed, it only hits from certain distances, certain angles, and using it on the ground is kind of stupid because most of the projectiles will get sucked into the floor for some unknown reason. So yeah, there's full power energy wave volley. Let's move on. Oh, really getting creative with the unique moves, huh? Like, this starting to feel like Scout Vegeta in here. Anyway, Explosive Wave. I've mentioned this countless times, but it's a very defensively fun move. It can nullify supers and ultimates. Hi, Pablo. Okay, sure, thanks, Pab, for just walking in and out. You know, as if I'm not recording something. Anyway, Explosive Wave, it nullifies projectile supers, projectile ultimates. It's just good small amount of damage if you need it. It's actually got quite a big hitbox, very hard to dodge. It is blockable though. So yeah, there's Explosive Wave. It's a pretty standard move, so let's just jump into some more unique moves. Alright, now after Image Strike, this is going to be the first time I'm covering it, so let's get into it. It costs key to trigger, so make sure you have plenty to spare when you pop it. It also, unlike Wild Sense and other counterattacks, costs key to actually dodge. So as long as you have key, you will dodge as many attacks as the enemy throws at you, as long as you have ki. I need to emphasize this, because if you don't have ki, even when the counter is procced, you will not be dodging. I want to make that very explicit. And it does work on other things, such as ultimate attacks, super attacks, hello Pablo again. And actually, this is one of the few really good counters against like explosive wave, ultimates, and super attacks, because it will dodge every single attempt it makes to hit you, as long as you have ki to spare. So you could technically out-dodge the explosive wave's duration. But yeah, a very, very useful counter, but you really need to make sure you have ki to spare if you're going to be using it. Otherwise, it's kind of just pointless to have on your person. Evil Impulse is like Evil Flame, except it is not limited by range, and you can shoot it towards enemy. It can clash with other super attacks except for a Mega Blaster by Super Saiyan 3 Broly, and it can be nullified by other nullifying super attacks. It can be absorbed and blocked. It's a generic ass energy ball. Do I need to say anything else about this move? Let's just move on. Alright, Evil Spear, something different, except kinda nah. There's a lot to cover at this move. First of all, it's a projectile. However, unlike other projectiles, it cannot clash, and it does not nullify other projectiles. Meaning that if you make contact with another super attack, both your attacks just kind of explode and you kind of just in this awkward standoff where like you're both recovering from the animation. So I guess that's something to worry about. However, when the attack connects, it triggers a pretty cool cinematic, and it does quite a bit of damage. However, something weirdly unique about this move is that when the animation is finished, as in like the hit animation, you will teleport directly next to the enemy. And in the air, this is probably not the most practical thing, since the enemy just falls down. But on the ground, this gives you leeway to perform a ground throw or to set up your next combo. Like, there's just a lot you can do with this. Like, you could be like halfway across the map, launch this move, and you'll immediately zoom in onto your opponent after the animation triggers. And the damage isn't that bad either. Like, for what it is, I'd say it's pretty solid. So definitely a very interesting little move that I like to string into combos. So yeah, there's Evil Spear. Very solid and fun projectile, even if it has its little flaws and whatnot. So let's move on to the final unique super attack. Mystic Breath is a paralysis type move that is covered in short range that you can use to freeze the opponent and then perform basic attacks on, or your signature skill if you're picking, which we will be covering after this. The reason why I'm so unenthusiastic is because these moves are so boring, and I don't like covering them because they only serve one purpose. Moving on. I don't care if this is blockable or not. Realistically, this move is kind of dog water. You are not using this move, let's be honest. And if you are using this move, then you're a genius, and you're a better person than me, because I do not like using paralysis type moves. Alright, let's cover the signature skill. Something really cool and unique about Dabura is his signature skill. It's completely unblockable as listed in the skill set menu by the game. The game isn't lying this time, thank God for that. It's completely unblockable. The only way to really avoid this attack is with evasion counters, melee counters, that sort of thing. Otherwise you can't block this, and it's kind of just, wraps if you try to. You can perform this signature skill up to 3 times in a row, and the last hit will send your enemy flipping back. I should emphasize flipping, because flying back or spinning back are completely different terms for knocking the enemy away. Flipping back means you can string this along with any button on your controller, whether that be A, B, X, I don't know if X works actually, Y and Y. As you can see by the footage, I came up with quite a few combos with this signature skill. It's actually really fun to experiment with, and it can get you into some really flashy little combos as well, so definitely a lot of fun to work with this signature skill. However, out of my personal grievances with the signature skill, and it's not just the signature skill, it's the game in general. I just said oh my god, the combo system in this game is some of the most unresponsive and annoying things to try and work around ever, because the game either doesn't register you pressed the appropriate button, or it just outright doesn't care. Like, it doesn't register you pressed the button. Or you pressed it too many times and now it won't do the other input you asked. Like, oh my god, the balance. I'm going to speed the footage up now. This is how many times I attempted to do a cool combo with this signature skill. I'm not joking. This is one of the most annoying parts of this signature skill. And that's the irresponsiveness of the aftermath. But otherwise, yeah, really fun signature skill. Definitely a really useful kit to have on Dabura. So, without further ado, let's finalize his base down breakdown. Base down? What the flying f am I talking about? Base down breakdown. Okay. His ultimate attack is a rush attack that is blockable and dodgeable and nullifiable and boring as all. Okay, no, seriously. Like, mechanic-wise, it's boring. As for the actual cinematic, it's pretty flashy, it's pretty cool, it gets the job done, you know. It's a pretty cool move to land on your opponent, especially with the KO screen and stuff. So yeah, like visually this move is great, but mechanically it's very generic, it's very straightforward, you know what to expect, there's nothing unique going on here. There's no like interesting gimmick that I should be telling you about, it's just straight up a rush attack. So yeah, nothing really much to talk about here, it's cool, it strings into most of Dabura's combos, that's about it. Alright, all in all, Dabura is a pretty fun character. His moves are very, how do I say, uninspired, like, very generic. Generic energy ball, generic edge wave volley, generic explosive wave. Like, there's some moves that keep him unique, like the evil spear, and and the paralysis move that like 4 other characters have. I guess evil spear then. Holy shit. Okay, that's the only move that's really unique to him, huh? But yeah, I don't want to be too harsh on Dabura. Dabura is a very fun character to play. Frustrations aside, and I do enjoy comboing with him. Like, he was one of the most fun characters to get footage of during like training mode and stuff. He's just a very clean character, and performing these sick combos with him is so rewarding because it feels so earned. And definitely not frustrating because of the game's really annoying controls. So let me know what you think about Dabura. Do you think he's good? Do you think he's cool? Do you think he's maybe lacking? And be sure to subscribe if you've watched this far. I do appreciate it. And leave a like if you enjoyed. But now I'm just going to leave you with a bit of gameplay footage of Dabura just, you know, beating the absolute crap out of Majin Buu. So let me know what you think. Enjoy the footage. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out and enjoy.
頭もパワーもない間抜け面の生ゴミがカチくたばれ生ゴミが